After a long off season, we are finally back for the one-up racing season in 2022. We've got old faces in new places, some new faces all together. It's going to be a great 2022 season, and it all starts tonight with the running of the 2022 one-up Superstar Series Shootout from the Pensacola International Superspeedway here in Pensacola, Florida. Alongside me in the booth, as we saw for most of 2021, is Duke Anzac once again. And well, like I said, we've got a lot of new faces showing up. We've got some old faces and new cars. Everything looks new for 2022. I'm looking forward to it as much as you are. What's the thing you're most looking forward to as the season gets underway officially here tonight?
Oh man, I'm just looking forward to seeing some racing action this time. I mean, it was so awesome last season. The whole year was just packed full of action in every single series. We got another series this year, so much to look forward to. And this is the beginning, this is the first race. It's only going to be 17 cars on the track, so it's like a tease for the season. And I'm excited to see some of my favorite drivers out there racing for all the glory, all the money tonight in the shootout.
You'll see some new faces to the series, and you'll see them in pole qualifying for the Pensacola 500 tomorrow. But tonight, it's the shootout, and we have 17 pole winners from 2021. They've come back to try and chase after the glory of the one-up Superstar Series shootout victory here at Pensacola, and we can give you the full starting lineup. 18 drivers were slated to compete in this race. Arthur Xavier, of course, retired at the end of 2021. He is not in the field, but all the other pole sitters from 2021 are here, and it starts with the super speedway expert, Blair in the 19, starting on pole position. Alongside her, Bobo Jones in his new ride for 2022, the 04 of Monster Motorsports. Behind them, the 38 car, normally driven by Jeff Bolton. Glenn Mixon's in the car today, and Bobo Jones' teammate Andres Molina in the number 7 for this season, starting behind him in 4th. Kevin Carter rounds out the top 5, and we've got this is really the series best of the best competing here tonight. Is there anyone outside that top 5 you want to keep an eye on for this series? Defending champion Christian Vargas, the regular season combatants Jared Polansky and Justin Hutchinson. There's a whole bunch of stories here for this race, but which one are you going to keep an eye on the most?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, I'm looking through this list, and I'm seeing all the best drivers, all the best names. Of course, they're all the fastest drivers from last season winning poles. But you can never count out guys like Jared Polansky. Stephen Hunter is coming from the back in this one after the draw. So, it's drivers like that. And, of course, J.D. Martin last season in the playoffs just had an absolutely stellar performance towards the end of the season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this season, and especially in this race.
So, with that being said, enough waiting around, enough stalling. This season's ready to get started, and we're getting ready to bring you the action. 30 laps, 90 miles at the Pensacola Superspeedway. The green flag is next. We're ready to bring you the action, and the 2022 season is all set to get underway. The green flag and the start of the season is next. As the pace car gets ready to pull off, the 2022 season's ready to get underway. It's Blair and Jones on row 1. The flagman has the flag in hand, heading into the restart zone. The green flag is out, and the 2022 one-up season is underway. Blair in the 19 gets an excellent start. Andres Molina is already making it 3 wide, going down the front straightaway, and it takes quite a long time to get these cars up to full speed, but you already know they're jostling for position already right off the bat as we get started here at Pensacola.
Yeah, I really thought those two monster cars on the outside lane would try to work together and get by the 19, but they immediately went 3 wide, and both are in 2nd and 3rd, respectively, right now. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be, it's a sprint. It's an absolute sprint, this race. No pit stops, 30 laps, all the way to the end. So you really got to be careful with your moves, and you got to be able to get up to the front real quick, because it's going to be over before you know it.
It looks to me like they're actually going 4 wide behind the race leaders. You can see Polansky, Anderson Reed all alone up on the top group. But as they come off turn 4 to lead lap number 1, it will be Blair in the 19, a noted super speedway expert she is, so it's no surprise there. After just 1 lap, we've got an average speed over 200 miles per hour, and that's only expected to go up as the race progresses. Look at this. Justin Hutchinson, Nick Ortiz pushing Jeff Bolton. We've already got 3 and 4 wide around this entire field. And as they come off turn 2 and fan out down the back straightaway, they're already pushing 230 miles per hour as we got to move to the inside. Bobo Jones in the 04 going for the lead.
Yeah, Bobo Jones, brand new car there. And look at that. He's moving to the lead right now. And boy, it is great to see some racing again. I mean, all these brand new cars, they're looking fantastic going around this track. And we have got some awesome 2-wide action. It looks like another move for the lead coming up right here.
It's Nick Ortiz in the 91 with help from 2020 champion Stephen Hunter. But below him, it's Joshua Myles, who made the move down to the Nitro National Series this season. But he's back for this shootout. He's in Roberto Crown Jr.'s car for today's race. And he is up into second position with help from the 2 Robbers Racing cars, Myles Mashburn and J.D. Martin in the 72 and 66, respectively, as they barrel down the back straightaway to complete 1/10 distance here at Pensacola. It is Ortiz and Myles leading the way single file, but from there on back, it's an absolute hornet's nest of drivers jostling for position early on here at the shootout.
Yeah, that's a dangerous duo right there in 3rd and 4th, those Robbers Racing cars. If they're able to hook up, kind of work together as teammates right there, you expect them to go to the lead. And here's the 81. Oh, he's followed, and he's getting past 3 wide for the lead now with Myles Mashburn on the bottom.
But he tucks back in line. J.D. Martin not so lucky. He gets pushed up high. But a 59 is Zachary Fitzwater. He got a pole at Armory Digital Super Speedway last year. But Joshua Myles now, 2 to race lead. He has never won in the 1UP Superstar Series or in any of 1UP Racing's big divisions. We'll see if he can do it tonight. That is a wicked fast and bad-looking number 81 car here at the front of this field. And he's got help from Myles Mashburn in the new Zaxby's Chevrolet, and behind him, defending series champion Christian Vargas in the 54.
Wow! So here's what I'm noticing so far in this one. It looks like there's well more than enough room to go 4 wide at this track, but it looks like there just aren't enough cars in this race to get an outside lane moving. Myles Mashburn moving side by side for the lead right there, but we've got 3 defined lines. Oh, it's 4 wide back there. Everybody on the top is getting sent back, and here's the 72 making a move on the bottom with some help from the 70.
And that's Kevin Carter, who's showing a lot of muscle here in this race. Anderson Reed all alone on the outside, bringing up the rear. But right now, Myles Mashburn in the 72, he has not won in quite some time. You have to go back to Motegi in 2020, the last time he went to victory lane. Can he do it here at Pensacola? He's got help from Andres Molina in the 7 and Glenn Mixon in the 38. They're coming off turn 4 side by side. Myles and Mashburn off of 4. Who's going to lead at the line? We've got all 17 cars in a big pack coming to the stripe. I think Myles got him on the outside. That's something we're going to see a lot in this race. You're going to see that outside car off of turn 4 getting quite a bit of momentum up there if he's got the help to do it.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's just it's an easier way to get around the track. The farther up you go, the more momentum you're able to carry. It's easier to turn your car. You're not turning at such a tight radius. And that's just how it works here. And a lot of the time when you see somebody who's clear on the bottom, they'll try to carry that throttle out of the corner, slide up a little bit, but oftentimes that allows the door to open, allowing people to get underneath with a big push. So it's all about timing, when the pushes come and when you get them and when you use them. And right now we're seeing 2 cars side by side for the lead, and everybody else 3 and 4 wide behind them. Look at that, a big spread in the coming down the front stretch here. Looks like the 38's going to get a big run, move to the bottom, try to take this lead. We're going 3 wide.
How about Glenn Mixon? He was a rookie last year, got a pole at Bristol, and now he's leading the shootout in Jeff Bolton's number 38 with help from Bobo Jones in the 04, and Anderson Reed, a rookie last year as well. He got a pole at Bristol too, and now he is moving up into the 3rd position. But here comes Bobo Jones down to the inside of Glenn Mixon. His lead is short-lived. Going into turn 3, it's going to be the 04 with help from the 15 of Reed. Coming through turns 3 and 4 to complete lap number 7. It's going to be Bobo Jones out in front of this one. He's got a fast Dodge Challenger under him right now. It's nice to see the Dodges back into contention. Not one won a race in 2021, and we're hoping that can change in 2022 because they got a lot of good drivers with them, and man, do they look fast.
Yeah, he has been up front more than anybody today, and look, he's blocking 4 lanes of traffic at once here. What an excellent job he's doing. He took the lead early in this one, and then he kind of fell back a little bit, but he stayed up front, and now he's out there leading again. That 04 car, Bobo Jones, is looking really, really good, but there's a new player right behind him in the 15.
That's the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater, who made a charge. He's got dodges lined up on the top, but Nick Ortiz trying to make a move on the bottom with help from Jake McMillan in the 21. Nick Ortiz got them tied for the most poles in 2021. He's now going for the race lead with help from McMillan and Jared Polanski in that all-new number 18. Expect him to be a challenger once again, as now they go four abreast behind the race leaders. It is Ortiz and Jones side by side with an absolute hornet's nest right behind all 17 cars still in the lead draft as we enter lap number 9.
Yeah, man, oh man, if there were more cars in this race, that outside lane, the far outside lane, would be able to get going on the straight, more than just the straightaways, in the corners too, if they had more pushers up there. But still, 3 lanes, really racing hard here. The 91 taking the lead on the bottom. We've got a big cycle happening right now. Everybody's kind of going to the back and come back up to the front. We see Blair coming back 4th on the bottom lane right there with their behind this group. And look, they slide up there, just trying to block a little bit, trying to stay out front. See what happens. Look at that, the 54 going to the bottom here. Going to try to make a move for the lead, and it looks like it's going to be successful. More help on the bottom there for Christian Vargas, our defending champion. He's going to take the lead of the shootout.
He's got a Toyota teammate behind him, Stephen Gale in the 35. He got his pole at Rockingham near the close of the season, and he had a moderately successful playoff campaign last year as well. But now Stephen Gale's not content with running behind the champ. He's going for the race lead himself in that Banana Boat Toyota Camry with help from Blair, from Molina, and McMillan down on the bottom. And it looks like Stephen Gale's about to take the lead of this race as the next time we cross the start-finish line. It'll be 1/3 distance here at Pensacola.
Now there's more momentum from the outside lane. It's going to be close at the line for this lap. Vargas got it there, right? Yeah, he did. So Vargas got the lap right there on the outside lane, and that's going to be something to watch coming to the close of this race. If you're side by side coming out of the final corner, I'm taking the guy who's farther up the track coming out of the corner. Just a little bit more momentum, a little bit better pushing out there. I'm taking them for the win, if it comes down to that, of course. And it is a shootout. You never know what's going to happen.
Of course, Revolution Racing did a little expanding over the offseason. Not only are they coming back with Vargas and with Stephen Hunter, they've added a 3rd car to the mix, with Jake Uhala coming over to drive their number 4 car full-time in 2022. They are not in this race, but they will be back for pole qualifying tomorrow, so look forward to that as well. As Vargas continues to lead the way, Joshua Michaels running in 2nd, Zachary Fitzwater and Kevin Carter making moves as well down on the inside with help from the Robbers Racing cars behind Kevin Carter. They have formed up once again with Martin out in front this time, and now it's a Toyota 1-2, but those Robbers Chevrolets are just so quick. And right behind him, JD Martin's got to be thinking, what can he do? He's going to go with Kevin Carter. Never mind, he's going to pull a dummy on him, going for the race lead.
Yeah, that was a double dump right there. The 70 dumped the leader, and then behind him, he got dumped by the 66. And look at that. Those Robber Racing teammates just caught up to each other. They're pushing again. That's, again, a dangerous duo to have leading this race. If you let them there, they go to the bottom, making a move. Oh, they split each other up.
They got separated on the front straightaway. Now they're going to be side by side behind Kevin Carter with Glenn Mixon right underneath them in that 38. Kevin Carter, I feel, though, has a very fast Toyota under him. You should know, you're his teammates, though. So you guys gotta be debriefing after this race.
Yeah.
What information are you looking for about this racetrack? Because we're gonna be racing the 500 during the daylight hours instead of the night, like here in the shootout. But those duels are gonna be run at night as well. So you got some information from the shootout, from the 70 car. What are you looking to gather before heading into your duel races?
Yeah, it's all about, how the car changes throughout. If you start the race and you're able to make a lot of moves, and then you do make a lot of moves, are your tires going to wear? Is the grip going to go down? Are you going to lose the ability to make moves towards the end of the race? Should you try to save anything at all, or should you just try to go to the front? And then, of course, it's all going to depend on how people are bumping each other, and with super speedway racing like this, it's not a lot of, is the track going to change, or are the conditions going to be the same or not. It's a lot about the feeling of the race, what people are doing in that race, and how aggressive they are. And right now we've seen a pretty clean race here, so the main thing I'm going to try to ask from Kevin Carter is how much grip did you lose throughout the race? That's what I want to know.
And now, Kevin Carter has a Toyota teammate right behind him. That's Stephen Hunter, the 2020 champion, the all-time wins leader in this series with 8 career wins, looking to become the first guy to get to 10. That's going to be a hotly contested battle throughout the course of the season. But we've got so many heavy hitters at the front of the field. Nick Ortiz, Hutchinson, and Polanski side by side once again. And man, we just got so many top talents in this race. It's going to be really hard to predict a winner of this one, but I have a feeling Kevin Carter's got a pretty good shot of it. He's pretty solidly in command right now, and we're coming to take the halfway lap this time with that 70 car out in the lead. Nick Ortiz right behind him, and then 2 more Toyotas side by side for the race for third.
Yeah, and we're halfway through this thing now, and there hasn't been a lot of what I'd call dangerous contact. Of course, there's pushing front to back, but there hasn't been any side-to-side contact that could cause a wreck yet. So that's pretty good. Here's the pass for the lead. It looks like Kevin Carter's going to be left out to dry here. A big line of cars going underneath him, and then the Dodge Challenger number 7 going to the very bottom there. But in this race, there hasn't been a lot of side-to-side contact, which is good so far, and just about everybody in the field has had the opportunity to be towards the front, if not leading this thing at some point. So everybody's on a pretty even playing field here. There's a few cars that I think have done a few things better. I think that the 70 car blocked really well. Of course, coming out of the 4th corner last time by, didn't block very well, lost the lead. And then I think that those 2 Dodge Challengers sponsored by Monster Energy, they look absolutely identical, but they are both very fast getting back up to the pack once they're on the bottom lane. So those are things to look out for in the second half of this race. And then, of course, there's the Robber Racing cars on the bottom. They are lined up again. They found each other, and they've moved to the front.
But they're not quite at the lead yet. That would belong to Joshua Michaels in this beautiful 81 Toyota, normally driven by Roberto Crown Jr. He didn't qualify for this race, so Jared Polanski decided to put his Nitro National ringer in for this one, and Joshua Michaels doing everything he can to win this race. He hasn't, like I said before, he hasn't yet to win in his one-up career, but boy has he come close so many times. Wouldn't it be great to see him win down in the Nitro National Series, or even tonight? You never know. We still got about 13 laps to go. But for the first time all night long, that blue and white number 10 of Justin Hutchinson's making his way up to the front. We haven't yet seen what he's done up front, so maybe now we're about to find out, as he's got help from his Alliance teammate Jeff Bolton and his actual teammate Blair in the 19 down on the bottom.
Gosh, this absolutely incredible this is, with 4 lanes racing side by side and plenty of room. They're not risking anything by going 4 wide. It's just incredibly, it takes a while to get around the outside. And look at this, the 10 car making a move for the lead. It looks like he's going to be able to get it, but he's got no help down there. Help is far, far back.
Blair's trying to get to him. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Actually, it might. He's going to be able to clear the 81. That's a fast Ford Mustang under him, but he comes up to block Michaels. But is he going to be able to get back down in front of his teammate? I don't think he will. That's going to put him on the outside one in the middle, and Michaels gets back out front. We have an average speed of over 228 miles per hour. These cars are rocketing around this 3-mile high-speed super speedway, and they don't show any signs of slowing down, as we now have 13 laps to go. 12 down at the line.
Yeah, and none of these drivers realize it. They are all racing like crazy, going almost 230 miles an hour around this place. It's absolutely insane. And none of them are aware of how fast they're going. They can only focus right now on trying to get to the front, trying to not wreck, trying to push people, trying to get pushed, and all these different things that are going through their heads. The last one is how absolutely wicked fast they're going around this place.
And they're going 3 wide for the lead. It's Blair on the outside, Carter in the middle, and Jared Polanski. First time we've seen him out front in this race, in that black and gold number 18. Bit of a different look this year compared to last, but it looks absolutely amazing. King's Motorsports really is on the way up. They've got Jared Polanski, of course, who's going to be a contender no matter where he goes, as he's going to face the challenge from Andres Molina right here. They've got two second-year drivers, Nelson Rees and Roberto Crown Jr., looking to make their names known, and then a rookie from the Nitro National Series, Cale Tesker Jr. in the new 02 car. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in that 0-2. He was so good in the Nitro National Series. And even in his limited Superstar starts from a year ago, he almost won a few times. So, especially at Richmond, he came so close there.
Yeah.
But man, Kings Motorsports has got to be the team to beat, right? I mean, these guys are just... They're clicking off good runs, and if they can... We know how good Polanski is. We know how good Cale Tesker Jr. is. And if Reeves and Crown can start contending for runs each week, we might be able to see the Kings Motorsports group all make the playoffs. That's something we have yet to see, is a 4-car team put all of their cars into the playoffs, but it could well happen here, and with Finish Line Motorsports as well. We'll get to them in a moment, but right now it is Andres Molina taking the lead as we take 9 laps to go.
Yeah, 9 to go in this one, and you're absolutely right about Kings Motorsports. They have a stacked lineup for this season coming up. They're going to be the ones to beat, but remember last season, Jared Polanski, you're always watching him to see how well he's able to do and who is going to be able to beat him. Well, he got beaten in the end by that 54 car that's passing him right now. So we'll have to see what happens, because when as soon as the playoffs hit, things can change sometimes and in a hurry for certain drivers. So we'll see how it goes this year. And first things first, you got to get to the end of this one. I mean, it's looking good for the 18. He's up there right now, but you don't want to get caught on the outside. That seems like that's not been good for people as they go to the outside. It'll take a while for them to fall all the way to the back and then get to the bottom and move to the front. That seems like the way that it has to be right now. You have to get to the bottom to get to the front. And look at who's on the bottom right now. We've got the 10 car down there, the 19 Blair, and you see the 04 Bobo Jones is coming back, and here the 15 car running really close to the front.
So talking about the 10 and the 19, Finish Line Motorsports, another 4-car team. They've got a very stout lineup as well. Justin Hutchinson, a perennial contender for the championship. He's running well in that number 10 Ford, going for the lead on his rival, Jared Polanski. You got Nick Ortiz in the 91, a solid number 2 driver over there, doing a good job, picking up a win every season he's competed in. Got Blair in the 19, a bit inconsistent, but a whiz at the super speedways. She's going to be one to watch. And they've got a rookie as well, and a road course king, Mark Davey, makes the move to the Superstar Series in the 01. You'll see him and Paul qualifying tomorrow. But man, if Mark Davey won 3 road races in the Nitro National Series last year, if he can do that here in the Superstar Series, that is going to be a dangerous combination going forward in 2022. If they can start clicking off well, remember we have a road course race 4 this season at Monza. If he can do well there to get a good start to the season, man, that's going to be a dangerous combination as Justin Hutchinson leads the Finish Line Motorsports Brigade off of turn 4, coming to 6 laps to go in the shootout.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, speaking of dangers, this 10 car is bad fast out all by itself in the front. Right now it looks like he's going to be stuck on the outside here, and you've got the 35 coming on the bottom. They're 3 wide for the lead right now. Kevin Carter in the middle. He never had a chance to really block, but we've got the cycle kind of going here. People going to the front on the bottom, sliding up, going to the back on the top, and then getting back to the front on the bottom. So we're going to have to see where the cycle ends up. If there is a place right now on the track that I do not want to be, it's in that middle lane. I want to be on the top so that I can try to get down to the bottom from falling back and getting into that lane, or I want to be on the bottom. I want to be on the way up, moving forward in this one with only 5 laps to go.
Coming to 5 to go at the line, Myles Mashburn leads the way in that 72 Chevrolet. But here comes Zachary Fitzwater in the 59 Wilson Security Dodge Challenger. He has never won in his one-up career. His best finish came in 3rd place at Watkins Glen. They are 5 wide behind the leaders. And Fitzwater making a move underneath Mashburn to take the lead. Fitzwater, I said, has never won. His best finish was 3rd. Could he get his first win on the Super Speedway of Pensacola? He had a very unlucky season a year ago. 8 DNFs, the most of anybody. But when he wasn't having DNFs, he was having very solid runs in this 59. And now, with more Dodges in the field, this could help him. He's got a few right behind him. And as they come to 4 laps to go, Zachary Fitzwater looks like he's in a really good position right now. He's got Bobo Jones. He's got a Dodge teammate behind him and another Dodge up high, Andres Molina. if they can get to working together, I have a well, although, not, as I say that, I realize when there's 4 laps to go in the shootout, there's no more working together, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. You're going for the win at this point right now, and it's all about placement. It's all about timing in this race, just like we've been seeing all day from these cars. You just want to be in the right spot to get the right moves. I just saw the 10 move to the bottom lane from back there, and we've got the 38 coming on the bottom here. So Glenn Mixon in the mix here, and you've got Blair back coming towards the front, and the 21 as well. So those are the guys I'm watching to see when this thing comes to a close. Because there's the leaders. They slide up the track a little bit, try to block the middle, but then the bottom lane always gets some momentum. Blair has made a move to the middle, not great. Not gonna get picked
Jake
up.
McMillan gets underneath her here, and with help from Justin Hutchinson, but this 59 of Fitzwater is doing everything he needs to do. Keep the 72 on the outside of him to avoid him from getting to the bottom and clearing him. The 59's got a good shot at this. We have got 2.5 laps to go. Could the Cinderella story happen? Zachary Fitzwater, of course, I'm sure he'd rather win the big 500-mile race in a few weeks' time, but I'm sure he would be more than happy to get his first win of any kind here in the shootout. But he's got a really fast Toyota of Kevin Carter right behind him.
Oh, there's the move.
Fitzwater goes up high, coming to 2 laps to go. Kevin Carter's got to his inside. This is going to be interesting. We've got Kevin Carter on the bottom with help from Joshua Myles down on the bottom. They're a bit separated back down there, but I think Myles is going to get closed up with help from Andres Molina. Christian Vargas is back there as well. Kevin Carter, though. Yeah, he got a win at Watkins Glen a year ago. That's how he qualified for this race. He started on pole there, led every lap to go on to the race victory, but he's going to have to survive about 4 more miles if he's going to have any hope of winning this race, and it's going to be pretty tough considering Joshua Myles is right under him, and he's going to get by him here. We're coming to the white flag. This time, Joshua Myles, could he get his first win ever in one-up competition? He goes up high to block Carter. Molina's down there. White flag in the air one more time around.
81 is going to be in the middle here. Oh, he's going to get picked up by the outside lane. Andres Molina's gone up. Here comes
4 wide for the lead through 1 and 2. Christian Vargas makes a move down to the inside with help from Anderson Reed in the 15. Can Vargas hang on and get his championship defense off to a sterling start? Off of turn 2 for the final time. Down the back straightaway. All 17 cars in this race can win it with half a lap to go. It's going to be close. Reed gets pushed up high. Nick Ortiz goes to the bottom. Vargas has lost his Toyota teammate.
Boy.
Will it be enough? Coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Ortiz is going to make a move down to the bottom, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's got to make a move right here, coming down to the bottom. He's not going to do it. Off of turn 4 for the final time. Christian Vargas gets his title defense off in the best way possible. He wins the one-up Superstar Shootout from Pensacola Superspeedway, leading the final lap, holding off Nick Ortiz by 6/100ths of a second. And there's no better way to get your title defense off on the right foot. Vargas wins the first race of the season. He's proved he hasn't lost a step since winning the title at Homestead last year.
Yeah, I can't even believe it. He came on the bottom lane and just made the right moves at the right time and hung out in the front. As soon as he got there, he was like, see you later, guys. I'm done racing with you guys. I'm going to go and win this race. So an excellent job by that 54 team. And look at that. Starting on top, just once again, Christian Vargas, he's saying he's a force to be reckoned with.
He won pole for the 500 last year. He wins the shootout this year. He seems to like this track, and he's getting his season off started on the right way. He wins the shootout with the entire field separated by half a second. 11 of our 17 drivers managed to lead a lap in this race. 19 lead changes in total. This was an incredible race, and 2022 is underway. We're looking forward to the rest of the season as much as anybody. Nick Ortiz comes home second. Glenn Mixon comes home with a decent run in his first shootout start to come home third. Anderson Reed, likewise, his first shootout start, he comes home fourth. Blair in the 19 rounds out the top 5. But man, if this was anything to go off of, this 2022 season is going to be an absolute thriller from the green flag in Pensacola all the way to the checkered flag at Homestead.
You are absolutely right about that. This is going to be a fantastic season. What a great way to start it off with a fantastic race. I cannot believe it. Just shows how well these crews have prepared these cars. Nobody lost the draft in this race, and I think that is a very good sign for all of these teams and for all of us fans watching. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how this one plays out.
So make sure to stay tuned tomorrow for Pensacola 500 pole qualifying. You'll be able to see that coming up a day after this race. A week from then is the one-up Pensacola 500 duel that will set the field for the big 500-mile race. 2 weeks from now, it's going to be a lot of fun. Lane Sanders is going to be in the field again. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with to see if he can defend his Pensacola 500 win from a year ago. So, from Duke Anzac and from myself as well, we say goodbye from Pensacola for now. 2022 is officially underway, and Christian Vargas, like we said, his title defense is off in the greatest way possible. He is your winner after a frenetic 30 laps in the one-up Superstar Series Shootout.